Our main outreach program is TASK, T-A-S-K. It stands for Teaching and Saving Kids. So what we do, we get with the older ones and we help them rehabilitate. We help them change their lives and get them to buy into the vision of TASK. Even the ones that's not ready to come out of the streets can agree with, we need to teach and save our kids. There's not one gangbanger that ever said that they want to see their kid go down the same road that they go down. Even though they may raise them wearing the same colors and all of that, we all hope our kids do better. We don't want our kids to follow our footsteps. We don't want our kids getting shot, spending long prison terms. We want our kids to go to college. We want our kids to go to military. And so what we use is the concept of TASK, teaching and saving kids. When I teach the class in the prisons, one of my first questions to the group when I start every class is, how many here would love to see your children or your nieces and nephews to follow your footsteps? I've never gotten a yes, because nobody wants that. It's a lifestyle that you accept, and sometimes you may even like, but we know it's a bad lifestyle. We know it's a bad road. And so we use the concept of teaching and saving our nieces, our nephews, our children, our little homies. We use that concept to get it to buy in, and that's on every level. I can use that concept on a 21-year-old kid that's in the gang. He's got some kids younger than him that's looking up to him. TASK is all over this city. We got guys that I probably don't even know, but they're affiliated with us. It's because once we got them together, the older ones, our first meeting, we had about 14 gang sets. By the time the third meeting, we called in the DA, Mr. Prater, and he came right here and met with us. And we locked the church up, didn't let nobody in. We had about 17 gang sets at that time represented here at the table when we met with him. And there was a gentleman, a young man, he was 18 years old, he was at the meeting. And we didn't know until the meeting was over. Andre brought him over and he said, Pastor, I want y'all to see this. And the young man had a big knot right here in his head. And he had been shot in the head 2 weeks prior to that meeting. And here's the amazing thing. The guy that shot him was sitting right beside him from another gang set. And the little kid, he says, he's not a kid now, but at that time, he's 18 years old. And he says, and I won't talk like he did, he says, I really wanted to get at him, but we here for a bigger cause than me. And when he said that, I almost broke down. I'm thinking, this kid, 18 years old, he sees the vision. And we've stopped many rides in prison. We stopped many rides out here in the city. We stopped many shootings. Even when people have gotten killed, we've gotten in the mix of it and really kind of stalled it down. The prison population has changed due to gangbanging. It used to be for old people. Older guys went to prison. Now you got kids in prison. I mean, some kids are not even 18 years old. They've already been certified as an adult, and they're in prison. They can be 16 years old down there with people that's been in the pen for 30, 40 years. So we're in the prison for a few reasons. Number one, the kids are in prison. A lot of them got mustaches, but they're kids. And so we got to go to where they are. You got to capture the audience, you know, and they may not listen out here because they're too busy doing what they do, but we got a better chance to at least sit them down and let them listen to what we're trying to promote. And in most cases they do, because the older guys have already bought in. And so we're in the prisons because that's where they are. Number two, that's where a lot of your shot callers are, the guys that have the influence in their particular sets. That's where they are. And so we go in there and we can actually have good conflict resolution out here by using somebody in there. Just the fact that they're out here, they know that this guy he sent us to say, hey, we need to do this. We need to work on this. Let's try to calm this down. And if it comes from somebody that they have respect, they're more apt to listen to us. I give them all one common goal. If you're in the pen, if you're in prison, First of all, we establish one common goal that every man can agree with and that every man wants. And you know what that is? Going home. If I can help you go home sooner, would you listen to me for a few minutes? Not one man in prison will say no. I don't care what race they are, what gang set they're from. If you can help me go home and you're telling me all I need to do is hear what you got to say, I got time. I'm not going anywhere no time soon, so why wouldn't I listen to you? Yeah, we in prison, we are more effective in there than we are really out here because they're more apt. We got whites, blacks, Native Americans, Hispanics. We got Crips, Bloods, the Hispanic gangs, the hate groups. They're all in our class, sitting down together. Every one of them. You know why? They got one common goal. Every one of them want to go home. Number two, every one of them want to save their children, their nieces, and their nephews. At some point in every gang member's life, if he or she lives long enough, whether they're in prison or in the free world, they're going to do what I call age out. They're going to get to the point where their focus change, their priorities change, they start having children. And so naturally, you don't want to bring that violence to your home. You don't want to endanger your children. And then you want to be able to go to their ball games no matter where it's at. You know, you want to be able to go to their schools. So you kind of age out. You just get tired. You get tired of getting shot up. You get tired of getting shot at. You get tired of doing prison time, jail time. You get tired of the madness. And yes, I believe every gang member, if they live long enough, will reach a point where they would like to change and they would like to redeem themselves. That's another thing that we use to promote TASK. It gives them an opportunity to right their wrong, to give back, and that's probably one of the greatest motivators. Most of them have never, or it's been a long time, they were probably kids the last time they were involved in a positive organization that's going to enhance the community and not tear it up. One life at a time. You have to take it that way. I mean, we teach to the groups. I mean, I may have 90 guys in my class, but out of that group, you got to deal with them individually. You know, every one of those guys, some of them are in there for one reason, and some may be in there really because I'm at the point where I need to change. I want to change. But one life at a time, yes. And if I just happen to have 10 one lives, then hey man, yeah, good day.